This shop is shameless yet clever, swapping shrimp in other shops at Custard for abalone slices, upgrading the quality and doubling the price during the process, and naming it Phoenix soup, was really a humble street snack, transformed into an upscale gourmet dish, impressing guests and giving them a sense of pride. The small shop that first made this at Custard, Crank House, instantly became deserted. Meanwhile, Mrs. Afong was still thinking, customers will eventually return, because they have a price advantage. Nearby guests immediately pour cold water on her, saying, I know people care about appearances, even though they prefer cheap. They still choose what looks upscale and expensive. This left the chef somewhat puzzled. In the evening, Lord Komatsu came. Sen asked about this issue, and Komatsu said, the essence of diners is because it's real Rindo. Real Rindo has long dominated the food ranking. The most expensive restaurant in town, for ordinary people. It used to be a place they could never afford. Now it only takes 2 to 3 times the price of a regular shop to reach the pinnacle of gourmet food. Naturally, the Beetle populace flock to it, but people need to satisfy the stomach. But business must capture the heart. Sen silently lowered her head, troubled again. Komatsu walked over and lifted her eyebrows. Let her take the initiative to speak about the boss of Dragon Pavilion. She used to be just a street vendor selling cooked food. This unintentional physical contact creates a different kind of feelings between them. The next day, even though she rallied, the customers in the shop were still depressingly few. Only Dr. Nakata visited. Mrs. Afong and Mrs. Alian decided to go to Dragon Pavilion. And her face changed. The broth used is simply identical to what Lang makes. Even if the chefs can taste the ingredients from the broth, they can't determine the proportions of each ingredient, or the cooking time. So Dragon Pavilion must use his stolen recipes. Mrs. Afong humiliated the chefs of Dragon Pavilion, saying such a big establishment would do something so disgraceful. Unexpectedly, the chef ran forward, and roughly pushed Mrs. Afong down. Mrs. Alian helped Mrs. Afong back to her house. Seeing the injured lady, they were instantly worried and nervous. Dr. Nagata applied some medicine to her. Upon learning that the usually gentle lady actually went to Dragon Pavilion to seek justice for herself, it was both heart-wrenching and touching. Dr. Nagata decided that perhaps the lady already sees you as a daughter. What parent wouldn't feel furious seeing their child's hard work stolen? No one can swallow that anger. Link couldn't help but throw herself onto the lady and cry. The lady slowly got up and comforted her. The more I think about it, the angrier I get, because the other person is the total evil. I was just about to go out to confront them. Suddenly, testified, they said they wanted to take some steamed egg home. The boss said the steamed egg is made in a tea bowl. If packaged, it will lose its shape and flavor. It's better to let the guest eat it in the store. The man said the guest is from a brothel. They can't get it themselves and must take it home. In helplessness, I came up with a solution. Steam it in demo tubes and just package the tubes. Adding a layer of starch on top could retain some heat. After finishing, I remembered my childhood in Huli Ellie. The time spent playing with my friend Ijong. Ijong kicked a pebble, trying to mimic kicking. As a result, her wooden clock skipped into a well. The spell was used by women from brothels after redeeming themselves. They were scared of washing away their past. At this moment, Ijong also took off her shoes and threw them in. She said whether it's for study or punishment, she would share it all. This memory is truly beautiful, but I didn't expect that the one winning steamed egg was accepted Ijong. The next day, I rushed to the shrine to pray for Ijong. I constantly ran to Lulu was there too. She pulled the lute to bow in front of the shrine. As they were leaving, I noticed some duckweed on the brow. I vaguely remember Dr. saying, duckweed has the effect of invigorating blood and improving appetite. The two quickly picked some, washed it, and chopped it, and paired it with some small silverfish. Deep fried in the broth again. Named duck celery, a new medicinal dish has arrived.